Today, the FOMC raised its policy interest rate by 0.75 of a percentage point, and we anticipate that ongoing increases will be appropriate. We are moving our policy stance purposefully to a level that will be sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2%.
Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. You subscribe for daily videos on everything going on in cryptocurrency. Who you just listened to, of course, was none other than Fed Chair Jerome Powell announcing the breaking news: the Federal Reserve is raising interest rates by 75 basis points, also signaling that further rises are likely in the future as it combats inflation that remains near a 40-year high. Let's listen to the full statement right now.
My colleagues and I are acutely aware that high inflation imposes significant hardship as it erodes purchasing power, especially for those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation. We are highly attentive to the risks that high inflation poses to both sides of our mandate, and we are strongly committed to returning inflation to our 2% objective. At today's meeting, the committee raised the target range for the federal funds rate by 0.75 of a percentage point, bringing the target range to 3 to 3.25%. And we are continuing the process of significantly reducing the size of our balance sheet, which plays an important role in firming the stance of monetary policy. Over coming months, we will be looking for compelling evidence that inflation is moving down, consistent with inflation returning to 2%. We anticipate that ongoing increases in the target range for the federal funds rate will be appropriate. The pace of those increases will continue to depend on the incoming data and the evolving outlook for the economy. With today's action, we have raised interest rates by 3 percentage points this year. At some point, as the stance of monetary policy tightens further, it will become appropriate to slow the pace of increases while we assess how our cumulative policy adjustments are affecting the economy and inflation. We will continue to make our decisions meeting by meeting and communicate our thinking as clearly as possible.
So, the Federal Reserve, in an effort to combat inflation, raised interest rates an expected 75 basis points. Some people thought they'd go 100. They didn't do that. An expected 75 basis points. The pros and the cons. The pros: this is not a surprise. The market doesn't need to panic. Speculators have an incentive to go long. The cons: the Federal Reserve says it will continue to aggressively increase rate hikes, meaning liquidity is more expensive and it's difficult for markets to go up only. Now, upon the news of all this, what happened in the markets? Well, the S&P 500, gold, Bitcoin all saw a little bit of a shakeout, up and then down. Bitcoin went up 1,000, then down 1,000. Like we said, expect volatility. As Fed hiked rates by 75 basis points, Bitcoin's volatility goes wild with $1,000 candles up and down in a minute.
To conclude, we understand that our actions affect communities, families, and businesses across the country. Everything we do is in service to our public mission. We at the Fed will do everything we can to achieve our maximum employment and price stability goals. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Tell me what you think about all of this in the comments below. We'll have a discussion about the Fed in the comments below. Now, besides that, there's so much going on in crypto. I need to tell you about multiple things. Check the timestamps below because there's so many green flags that tell me that cryptocurrency is the future. Nasdaq is taking the crypto bet with custody services for institutions. Nasdaq's new digital asset team will offer custody services initially to the top 2 cryptocurrencies for their institutional investors. The key takeaways: Nasdaq is launching a crypto custody arm. Nasdaq Digital Assets is hoping to take advantage of the institutional market's growing appetite for digital assets. Institutional interest in crypto has grown since the space boomed in 2021. They're starting off with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Perhaps down the road, they can add different altcoins. In other news, speaking of the building, speaking of the progress this industry is making, Magic Eden, the top NFT marketplace on Solana, their CEO says it is very natural for them to expand from Solana to Ethereum NFTs. Magic Eden, the leading Solana NFT marketplace, continued its expansion to Ethereum today by rolling out support for a handful of major collections, including Bored Ape Yacht Club, Pudgy Penguins, and other side. Additional ETH projects will be added in the days ahead, and this is just the beginning. And there's plenty of competition in the NFT marketplace space. The world's largest NFT marketplace, Opensea, reveals drop improvements and ETH Arbitrum L2 support. The largest non-fungible token marketplace by sales volume, Opensea, has announced a new immersive and secure minting experience by giving NFT creators the ability to showcase collections with dedicated drop pages and greater discoverability on Opensea's new homepage. More than that, the company also announced on Tuesday that the NFT marketplace will soon add support for Layer 2 protocol Arbitrum to make things a whole lot better for the users. They are going ham trying to improve the user experience, just like Magic Eden. And again, just generally, there's so much progress that's happening. Helium, cryptocurrency project Helium, has just inked a partnership with T-Mobile. For $5 a month, crypto now has your cell plan covered. These are the details. Decentralized wireless provider Helium, the ticker is HNT, it's on the Solana blockchain now, has struck a deal to mesh its burgeoning 5G network with T-Mobile's cellular coverage. The partnership is set to spawn what the companies have dubbed Helium Mobile, a subscription service starting at just $5 per month that runs Helium's decentralized network alongside T-Mobile's more established 5G grid. The idea is to reward customers with Solana native mobile tokens in exchange for sharing their data about Helium's coverage quality. The initiative is set to launch in the first quarter of 2023. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Helium, Helium rebranded as a cryptocurrency company in 2019 to much fanfare, raising $111 million venture round led by A26Z. The cryptocurrency startup works by relying on users deploying crypto mining devices as nodes, which serve as wireless hotspots in exchange for rewards denominated in Helium native HNT token. The company is hoping to carve itself a place in the top-heavy telecommunications industry by partnering with established companies such as T-Mobile. So big win for Helium, inking a deal with T-Mobile. Of course, big win for the Solana ecosystem in general. Cardano holders, 1 day left. 1 day left, Cardano holders. Are you psyched? And so many industry leaders are signaling that they are ready for this Vasil hard fork from Ledger. Hey Cardano ADA users, we're ready for Cardano's Vasil upgrade tomorrow. No downtime is expected or further actions required. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the upgrade. Any comments? Comment now, because tomorrow Vasil will be upgraded. Cardano will be upgraded. So what can we expect? Are you able to articulate generally, big picture, what's going to happen with this upgrade? Let's do it. On Thursday, September 22nd, the Cardano blockchain will carry out its much anticipated Vasil hard fork, a backwards incompatible upgrade taking place on the main network that is intended to enrich smart contract capabilities, increase the chain's throughput, and reduce costs. Nice. Plutus is Cardano's native smart contract language. Vasil will deliver a second version of Cardano's scripting language, Plutus version 2. As the foundational layer of Cardano, Plutus efficiently separates the code that drives smart contracts, which remains off-chain and runs on a user's machine, from the on-chain validation of transactions. The new Plutus v2 feature will become available 1 epoch after Thursday's hard fork, so expect it to be in full fruition on September 27th, although the hard fork will go through tomorrow on the 22nd. Let's hit a couple altcoin projects. Whether you're in crypto or outside of crypto, hopefully you can point to cryptocurrency projects that are actually working, actually seeing users, actually getting used, actually pulling in revenue. Now, Aave is such a project that you can point to and go, This is Aave's weekly report. Last week, Aave DAO earned 4.5 million. You can see the key takeaways. You can see the different metrics. And this is an example of what we want to see if cryptocurrency is the future, particularly if you're a fan of DeFi or borrowing and lending or Aave. In other news, Avalanche doing something kind of interesting with the launch of Avalanche SoundCloud. With Avalanche SoundCloud, you can listen to exclusive mixes from cutting-edge artists while you trade crypto, work, or hang with friends. Here are the first 3 DJ mixes recorded live at Avalanche Hacks FE Seoul. So they're launching on the regular Web 2 SoundCloud, and I think this speaks to the fact that these different crypto protocols are building out their cultural side. They understand that artists are coming into crypto, whether it's their music or otherwise, and they need a presence. And so they're making a presence with SoundCloud, a little Web 2 integration in a Web 3 project. Pretty cool. In other news, the wrong Powell has decided to resign. Not Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, but Jesse Powell, the CEO of Bitcoin exchange Kraken, decided to step down. Jesse Powell, an early Bitcoin backer and co-founder of the cryptocurrency exchange Kraken, plans to step down from his role as chief executive, the company said on Wednesday. Dave Ripley, the current chief operating officer, will succeed Mr. Powell. Kraken's largest shareholder, Jesse Powell, will remain on the board as chairman. He plans to stay active in the company, spending his time on product development and industry advocacy. It was most recently valued, Kraken the exchange, Kraken the business, it was most recently valued at $10.8 billion according to PitchBook, and has about 3,200 employees. Well, I guess it's 3,199 now. Final piece of news. Again, a great example how this industry continues to integrate, get bigger and better. Coinbase to hand out ENS usernames to simplify wallet transactions. Users can get a username through Coinbase wallet browser extension and use it to send and receive crypto tokens instead of the traditional huge string of letters and numbers. So, in a recent post, Coinbase announced that it will be handing out free name.cb.id usernames. Through Coinbase's wallet browser extension, people can claim their new addresses and use it for their transactions. With this, users can send and receive crypto tokens using the simplified name instead of the usual 42-word alphanumerical address. The exchange also said in the announcement that this is a necessary step in creating a more open financial system for the world. Cryptocurrency is getting more user-friendly. We're watching it happen right before our eyes. Subscribe to the channel, join the team. We keep you updated on cryptocurrency on a daily basis. Hit the like button if you got value today, and I'll see you tomorrow.